This is Jason Gerke, and this is Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
Welcome to your Hometown News. I'm April Frelke, and Joe Minnie has the night off. My first guest is a passionate advocate for the Tomah Youth Hockey and joins us to talk about the proposed upgrades to the Tomah's outdoor rink. So please welcome to the program, Ryan Winchel. Welcome, Ryan.
Thanks, April.
Hey, let's just talk why. Why proposal for the outside rink? That's interesting.
So this year, obviously, with COVID, and so many people wanting to get outside as much as they could, the outdoor rink got used significantly more than it does in years past. So we want to try to enhance that for the future so that people continue to use it.
Okay. So where's the proposal at with moving forward then?
So right now, a couple of our board members drafted a plan together, and what they did is they went to the City Hall and to the Park and Recs, and they approved to help us kind of fund this. We're going to oversee it, and we're going to maintain the rink, the outdoor rink, but they're going to help us fund it, obviously. So right now, we've got approval from the city, we've got approval from our board, that by next winter, we should have significant updates to the outdoor rink.
And for some of our viewers that maybe aren't from Tomah, where is your outdoor rink?
So if you go to the fairgrounds, or where the tractor pull is held, you'll see the big Tomah Ice Center. It's directly behind the Tomah Ice Center right back there. It's where the old high school and the old rink used to be, our outdoor rink. When we got the new Tomah Ice Center, we converted that into an outdoor rink.
And right, when you're standing in the warming room, I think, in the new center, by the concessions, can you see out into the...
You can. It's actually on the back. It's on the back side of the rink.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are you at with the budget and bids coming in for that?
So we're going to try to keep it right around $20,000, $25,000, somewhere in that ballpark. That's what us and the city of Tomah have kind of agreed upon. So we did have an opportunity to secure some full boards and glass for the outdoor rink. Unfortunately, that fell through. That was already taken up by the time we found out about it. So we're pretty sure that there's going to be more available throughout the summer. People are always upgrading their rinks, and when they do, they sell the used stuff at a reduced cost. So we're going to keep our eyes and ears open for something.
Okay. And where are you at with the timeline then? So you said at the beginning here, maybe finished by this winter, actually, this December? Or?
Yes. So by the time we put ice down on the outdoor rink next winter, we hope to have that completely remodeled. New boards, new glass. What that will do is that'll allow us to keep the snow out of the rink. Right now, both ends are open. So with the snow and the drift and everything, it'll actually blow into the rink, and we have to shovel it off. And
do you Zamboni it too?
So we don't Zamboni it as of right now. Our plan is to be able to buy, we're in the process of buying a new Zamboni for the indoor rink.
Sure.
And instead of selling our current Zamboni, we're going to take that and utilize it on the outdoor rink, which will make it way nicer. Anytime you can Zamboni on that outdoor rink, it's going to make it much more skatable for everybody.
Oh, absolutely. Our viewers are probably wondering, how does April know what a Zamboni? Right, no.
Well, you know what a Zamboni is because you're a hockey mom.
I'm a hockey mom.
Right.
Grew up with hockey. Love it. And I think ice skating is such an absolute fun outdoor activity for everybody.
Well, and that's the best part about the rink is that everybody outside was using it. Beginners, first-timers, to adults that have skated their whole lives. There was, at any given time, especially on a Friday or a Saturday, there was 20 people out on that outdoor rink. And we knew it needed some work, and obviously this last year that kind of became more obvious with as many people around the rink. So it is something that we're going to definitely look into, and we're going to get done.
Do you remember outside skating when you were growing up, Ryan?
I do, yes. It was, we didn't have, we had ponds, frozen ponds is what we had. So we had outdoor, we didn't have outdoor rinks. Kids nowadays will be very spoiled to have a nice upgraded outdoor rink.
Yeah, I remember skating in Humboldt Park and Bayview and in Milwaukee when I visited my family and stuff like that. And we were out on the pond skating around, and you would put your ice skates out in the little ice house. And,
Yep, for sure.
Well, good luck with everything. And if anybody would make a donation or anything, is there a way they can get in touch with the Tomah Hockey?
You can reach out to the Tomah Hockey. You can go on our Facebook page to the Tomah Hockey Youth Organization.
Okay.
You can contact myself. or you can stop down to the rink. We're still down there. We still have hockey going on.
Perfect.
If anybody wants to stop down, and we'd love to take any help we can get for sure.
Great. Thanks for coming in to
Thank
tell
you,
us
April.
about
Appreciate
that.
it.
Well, the catering for cast and crew has been provided by Marco's Italian American Grill in Warrens. Enjoy a fun, relaxing atmosphere at Marco's. Up next, we have the story of a Camp Douglas man in need of a kidney transplant and a donor program that could change thousands of lives, even yours. But first, we want to thank our program sponsors. Your hometown news is brought to you by Oakdale Credit Union, Hardware Hank in New Lisbon, The Fun Company Game Room Store, and the Little Cottage Home Decor and more in New Lisbon.
We love being active and living life to the fullest, but life can sometimes have other plans. Do you suffer from neck and lower back pain, muscle aches, and poor mobility? Trust Olson Chiropractic to find you the right treatments that fit your needs, including the benefits of an alkaline lifestyle and healthy nutrition to help guide you to a better, more active life. Call Olson Chiropractic today, trusted in Tomah for over 20 years.
What's the more in the Little Cottage Home Decor and more? Fashion. Shopping is fun at the Little Cottage. Update your look and discover more at the Little Cottage Home Decor and more, New Lisbon.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
At Tomah Health, our rehabilitation team specializes in physical therapy for injuries, chronic pain, post-surgery, and sports injuries.
Here at Tomah Health, I provide quality care with patients by taking time to spend one-on-one.
Tomah Health offers the latest technology and aquatic therapy to improve patient outcomes and ensure a better quality of life.
Our rehab services department truly cares about treating people as a whole and getting them to be the best version of themselves.
Tomah Health offers personalized rehab therapy close to home.
Relax at Marco's Italian and American Grill in Warrens, Wisconsin.
You're watching Lynxx 24.
Connecting you to the community.
Our next guest is the mother of Tyler Lamb. Linda is here to talk about Tyler's story. And Linda, I'm just going to let you get started. Linda Martin, welcome to the Lynxx.
Thank you. Well, when my son was 34 is when we first found out about the kidney disease. He was a healthy young man, worked at Toro every day. At the time, he had a 9-year-old daughter, and he liked to fish, hunt, hang out with his friends. He had bought a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. He rode that a lot. And he just started getting sick. And probably for like 1 month, he felt like he just was like had the flu.
Okay.
He'd called in sick a couple days, which he normally never done that. And finally, being a stubborn guy or whatever, he finally did go to the doctor after a month.
Okay.
And it actually cost him an ambulance ride to La Crosse because his creatinine level was just off the charts.
Okay.
And his blood pressure was just crazy. Totally uncontrollable. So then
He was walking around surviving.
Yes. And actually the doctor in La Crosse said, I don't know how you were walking. He goes, most people like with a creatinine level of maybe 11, because he was like 14 something, they're in the hospital. He's like, I still don't know how you were walking, but yeah.
So that was just a sickness.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. And like I said, and throwing up in the night, but because that creatinine was getting into his system so bad, his kidneys weren't filtering, and it was making him sick. Like I said, he could have passed in his sleep, really. The doctors told us that. He could have really passed in his sleep easily. So it was pretty scary.
So now Tyler is 30. So here we move. That was 34.
Yep. So now he's 36.
So
yep.
2 years later.
Yep. So March 4th of 2019, he was diagnosed with his kidney disease.
And so you're pretty active, involved with him, supporting him.
Oh yes, because this, kidney disease, especially as severe as he has it, because he has stage 5.
Okay.
And that's as high as you can go. He's stage 5 renal failure. So you just have so much fatigue and tiredness, and so I take him to almost all of his doctor's appointments. And at first we were dealing with Rochester, so we did a lot of traveling to Rochester back and forth when this first started. Tyler was from Camp Douglas, so we decided to try to get something a little bit closer. So then we started to check into UW-Madison. The transplant protocol up there just seemed to be just a wonderful program, and they actually seem to be doing more transplants and stuff there. So we kind of thought, well, let's just kind of check it out a little bit. So
and Tyler's waiting for a kidney, is that right?
Yes.
So is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's where we're at right now. He's been tested and put on the list at UW-Madison. But like I said, COVID put everything behind. We were really behind with the COVID. They weren't doing any transplant, and of course they weren't bringing healthy donors in to check them. So they kind of put everything on hold, and we had to kind of wait our turn. Then they had to catch up to all the people that had appointments. They had to do all that catching up.
And so what's been keeping him alive without that donor kidney right now?
Well, he's been on dialysis.
Okay.
Now, when we first left the hospital, he was on what they call hemodialysis, and that's when we would go from Camp Douglas to Onalaska 3 times a week, and it was a 4-hour. Actually, it was like 5 hours, because by the time they bring you in, weigh you, hook you up, unhook you, but he was actually on the dialysis for 4 hours. So it was about a 5-hour day, and he would and I would have to take him because he was exhausted. Because they actually take your blood out, and then a machine will filter everything, and then the blood goes back in your body. And then we decided to go with the home dialysis, so now he is doing hemodialysis, or peritoneal dialysis, they call that. But that's a 10-hour day for him. He hooks up at 7 o'clock at night, and he's on that till 5 in the morning. So, and then it's a half an hour setup for that too. So that's every day. That's 7 days a week. He does that.
How has that affected his life, like his work, his career?
Well, he has not been able to work because now that, sadly, when some of your organs aren't working correctly, then other things start happening to your body. Your body starts breaking down. And he now has rheumatoid arthritis. And that took us a while to find out what was going on, because he would have severe pain in his knee. He couldn't walk. And the next day or 2 days later, his shoulder, he couldn't lift his shoulder. And I would go down to his house. I had to do everything for him, So it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough on him. And even our family function have kind of changed, because if he eats later than 5 o'clock, because of that, peritoneal will fill you up with a big bag of fluid. He will, just so much going on in there, he will end up getting sick and not be able to hold his meals down. So we try to have anything we have 2 o'clock in the afternoon and
so really
stuff
your
like
whole
that.
life has been rescheduled.
It has, because he hasn't been able to do much with Lily, his daughter. He's tired, or he used to take her to water parks. He can't swim because he's got that port in him. So there's just so many things that he can't do anymore, so it's a big change on him, especially not being able to work. And we all know what it's like asking for help, and he's a proud man, but it's well, you need Mom, you need us right now, so it is what it is, I'm going to be here for you, you're my boy, so.
Yeah, you're never giving up.
Right.
Never give up.
No.
Now, when you talk about the kidney transplant, are they transplanting both, or does he need 2 one?
They just give you one.
They just give you one?
Yep, and they actually put it up here. It doesn't go where your kidneys are. So that's why a lot of people don't understand, well, do you have to get 2 donors? You get one from this person and one from that person. Everybody just needs 1 kidney to survive.
Okay.
And so he will we just need 1 kidney, from somebody, you know.
And so how long has he been waiting for a kidney? Tell us a little bit more about the donor situation.
We've been waiting for 2 years right now for a donor. They told him with his blood type, because he is a B negative, that he could wait up to 5 years for a kidney. But we have found out a little bit of good news that they're kind of expanding that a little bit because of some of his blood work, that they will be able to be more options for him out there, you know, more compatible he will be with people. And I like to try to get out there and talk to people too about the different kind of donations that they have. You know, a lot of people don't understand that, you know, you just don't have to like give, you know, you don't have to match Tyler to be a donor.
Okay, so that leads me to my next question, because you've come across a man named Mark.
Yes.
Is it Mark Scotch?
Mark Scotch, yeah.
Tell us about Mark.
Mark, well, it's kind of funny because I had met a woman in the store and I was talking to a friend of mine, and she actually was a teacher of Tyler's when he was in elementary school in Warrens.
Okay.
And her husband had rode bike with Mark. So she had asked me, oh, how's Tyler doing? I'm like, we just need to find him a kidney. She goes, well, I know this guy, Mark Scotch, and he has a Facebook, the Oregon Trail, and he's going to be a donor. So I met him actually before he donated his kidney. And it was just so inspiring to me to follow him step by step, you know, day by day, what happened to him as being a donor. And to me, it was just so cool because, like, I am looking for a kidney for my son, you know, my sixth son, and then to watch, you know, Mark's journey to give one to somebody, to give them a better life, the gift of life.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
he's given the gift of life to somebody, and
you just light up as you're telling me that.
I
like
do,
that
because
connection.
I haven't met him, but I just love him, you know, and someday I'm going to meet him. And
well,
so,
we're going to talk with him tonight.
Good. Awesome.
Very shortly here. And
Awesome.
so we're going to have him on Zoom. And I think, Mark, we've got you on Zoom right now.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Mark. Well,
Hi.
Linda and I are excited. Mark, tell us about how you know Linda and your connection with Linda.
Well, yes, Julie Potter was Tyler's teacher, and Julie's husband, Al, and I are mountain bike buddies. We mountain bike together.
Oh, so
over
when
the years.
she's talking bike, you're on a bicycle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, so Al and Paul, Al's brother Paul Potter, I met them, my oldest son and I, we got into mountain biking 10, 15 years ago. And we'd show up at these races all across Wisconsin, and we would keep seeing these two brothers. And so we became friends with Al and Paul Potter. And then Al's wife, Julie, is the one who taught Tyler, I guess.
So Mark, tell us about your donation and the kind of the idea of that living donation with kidneys.
Well, it's funny because Al Potter played a part in that as well. He works at a cranberry marsh in Warren, and he introduced me to a cranberry farmer up in Nakusa. And the farmer in Nakusa took out some acreage and put in some hops. And about 3 or 4 years ago, I retired, but I still like doing things. So Al knew the farmer and his wife, and they needed somebody to sell hops. And so I traveled around. So they were giving me hops, and you know, my wife and I stop into microbreweries now and then. And we happened to be on a trip a couple winters ago, well, not this last winter, but the winter before, and going to Texas, and we stopped into a microbrewery in Louisiana, and I was selling hops to the brewer, and we got done talking, and there was this guy sitting next to me, and I started talking to him, and he was just really a happy, positive guy, you know, we're just talking sports, and he got up to leave, and I said, well, heck, if you want to hang around a little longer, I'll buy you a beer. And he said, no, I got to go home. And I said, what do you mean you got to go home? He said, and he had to go home and do exactly what Linda just explained. He had to get hooked up to his dialysis machine for 10 hours every night.
Wow.
And I couldn't believe it. And my wife was there too. And we were just sitting there listening to him, you know, kind of telling a story. And he said, so I'm looking for a kidney. And I just said, heck, I can give you one of mine. So I did. My sister-in-law had donated a kidney about 12, 13 years ago, and I knew you could live on one kidney. I didn't know how good you could live on one kidney because I never looked into it. But I just knew you could. So this guy just, you know, it just came out. And even my wife is like looking at me like, what are you doing? You know? And I didn't even know what I was doing, to be honest with you. But so he was registered at a transplant facility in Shreveport, Louisiana. And I got home back to Wisconsin and started making calls and found out that I would have to go down to Shreveport like maybe 4 or 5 times to accomplish this. And I just felt there had to be something better than this. I mean, so I started digging around and kind of educating myself and found out that I could do everything I wanted to do in Madison because they were part of what's called the National Kidney Registry. And I basically went in, got evaluated, found out I had 2 kidneys. 1 out of 750 people don't even have 2 kidneys, and most don't even know it, and we get along fine. So I got all these things, and I started learning so much. We learned that 13 people die every day because lack of kidneys, and we just started learning so much about this that I learned more about the National Kidney Registry, and I talked to you, my guy that I met in Louisiana, and I said, look, would you mind getting registered in Jackson, Mississippi? Because they're part of the National Kidney Registry. He said, hell, he said, if I have to come to Madison, I'll come to Madison and get it. And I said, no, you can go to Jackson. So I donated September 30th at Madison, and Hugh wasn't even really registered fully yet at Jackson. It didn't matter. And like Linda said, we learned so much that you don't have to be matched. You don't have to be in the same town. You just have to be willing to do it. So my kidney actually went to the best match on the registry at that time. So my kidney went to New York. As soon as I donated, Hugh then qualified as my voucher recipient. So he got put on the registry, got waitlisted within a couple weeks. They found a kidney for him. He promptly got COVID a week before his surgery. He couldn't receive the kidney, had to go to somebody else. So he waited another 2 months, and he got a kidney February 18th finally. Oh. He's doing great, and I'm doing great. And when I was realizing I had to go to Shreveport, I started thinking, well, if I'm going to be going to Shreveport, I'm going to turn this into more fun. So I decided I was going to take a bike ride just down the Mississippi River, just because I had to go there. And then that morphed into when I started learning so much and realized I could do everything in Madison. I decided, my wife and I both decided that we were going to turn that ride into an awareness ride and try to reach out to as many people as we could and just share what we learn. And so that's what we're going to do, leaving Madison April 24th. And it's about 1,400 miles. And you can read about it on my website and Facebook page. And I'm inviting people to ride with me because I want to talk to the people who don't know anything about organ transplants. I don't want to talk about, I don't necessarily want to talk to people that are in the organizations so much as I want to go out to where the possible donors are. So that's it in a nutshell.
Mark, what a beautiful story. We have to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to continue our conversation with Linda and how this kidney transplant program could save thousands of lives, especially Tyler's. Stay with us.
This hot tub is so relaxing. The stress of the week just melts away.
Hanging out with friends is fun.
And we have so many reasons to get together.
My Traeger grill is the difference between a good
and an amazing barbecue.
The Fun Company Game Room Store
is where the fun begins.
We love being active and living life to the fullest, but life can sometimes have other plans. Do you suffer from neck and lower back pain, muscle aches, and poor mobility? Trust Olson Chiropractic to find you the right treatments that fit your needs, including the benefits of an alkaline lifestyle and healthy nutrition to help guide you to a better, more active life. Call Olson Chiropractic today, trusted in Tomah for over 20 years.
What's the more in the little cottage home decor and more? Fashion. Shopping is fun at the little cottage. Update your look and discover more at the Little Cottage Home Decor and More, New Lisbon.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Hi, I'm Josh Tully from The Josh Tully Show. You're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
I've been talking with Linda Martin, mother of Tyler Lamb, and Tyler is in desperate need of a kidney transplant. He was recently put into a medically induced coma for about 3 days. Linda and I are talking about his donations, and Linda, we're going to kind of continue on what Mark was just talking with us about, the living donor.
Okay.
How can someone be, or what is a living donor? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay, because there's 3 types of the living donor. There's a directed donation where you can actually go, hey, I want to give a kidney to Tyler Lamb, and you match. Okay. You know, you're tested, you match, and you give one to Tyler. Or you can go like a non-directed, and the person can just give a kidney. Because Tyler's not the only one that needs kidneys. There's hundreds of people out there, you know, that need kidneys. And then you have the paired, where, say like myself, if I was a friend of Tyler's or whatever, and I wanted to give a kidney, and I didn't match him at all, I could give a kidney pretty much in honor of Tyler, and he will get a voucher. And then as soon as they get a good match for him, then he will get that kidney. And normally it's usually within about 6 months that they will find a donor for him, you know. So, and that's, you know, and then there's the deceased, but I know his doctor really wanted him to, because of his age, I think he's a young man, strong man.
Sure, he's got a lot of
living
life.
donor kidneys last up to 30 years, where a deceased donor's kidney, you might get 10 years out of it. So he would end up going and having to get another kidney transplant in time, more than likely with a deceased donor. So it is better to get the living.
And I was interested when Mark said that people have only one kidney. Some people don't even know that they're living with one kidney.
Right, yeah. They always say it's your, it's an extra, you know, it's a spare. Share your spare. I've heard that many times, you know, because you don't need 2 kidneys to live. So,
yeah. Saving someone's life.
Right. And then I know Mark didn't get a chance to mention either, but his wife is going to give now, and she's going to name her children and grandchildren. So if anything ever happens to her children or grandchildren where they need a kidney, they're on the top of the list. There's already a voucher up there for them. So that's kind of nice to know, too.
That's a gift. That is a gift from a beautiful family.
Yes.
Now, we have about a minute left. You wanted to cover real quick about how people can go do more research, or how they can start looking into this more?
Yeah.
Did you wanted
because the best thing a person could do in their area is try to get a hold of a kidney transplant hospital. You know, if you feel like you want to be a donor. In this area, of course, it's going to be Madison. So if anybody would be interested in, you know, possibly applying to give a kidney for my son or anybody, they can get a hold of www.uwhealth.org/can-I-be-a-donor. That's all one word. Okay. And there's an application on there, and you could kind of fill it out. So, yep, they ask for you to be healthy and 18, and pretty much that's all they're asking, you know. So,
Linda, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And best of luck with Tyler.
Thank you.
Well, we want to thank you for joining your Hometown News, where we're connecting you to the community.